our producer has set up a trailer that you showed us a short time ago. And Randy, if you're in a position to do it, if you wouldn't mind just throwing that up there and showing some of the things that you do visually and audio wise in your business, Brian. Can we do that? Oh, there it is.
So a lot of the work I do for Bungie is cinematic or cutscene work. As a third-party vendor, it's hard to plug into those video game companies when you're not in their building with their team and everything else. So cinematics and cutscenes are one of those things that they can kind of hand off to us. So everything you heard, we're kind of doing the music. They have composers that do all the music in this particular instance, and then they give us that music to work against. As well as the voices they record. They have a lot of voices kind of all over the place, so they record those in studios kind of around the world. But all the sound design is stuff that we did. So we had to do all the footsteps, the special effects, the ships, any kind of weapons, body movement. He's all a lot of these characters got armor on, they've got capes, a lot of different kinds of stuff. We're doing Foley work. What tends to happen a little bit is so a lot of some of those assets are in game. So some of those ships, might be in game. So they'll have built a sound for that. Some of the weapons will have an in-game asset. So they'll give us those assets and we'll use those, and then we just kind of build around them to complete the landscape. We were doing a lot of these cinematics, and a lot of them we noticed that we're like ice and snow and that kind of thing. So we actually did about 2 days. We went and bought about 150 pounds of ice in various forms, and we brought it into the studio and we crushed it up, and we just made a whole library of different kinds of footsteps and stabbing and all different kinds of things, and we just kept it as a library. And when this one came around, we were like, oh, we get to go back into that library a little bit and use some of those.
Oh, isn't that great? When you've done a little extra work before that, oh my gosh, we can apply this now. That's terrific.
So then we just took all those elements and bring them all together to get a really good mix going, and then this is where the trust thing comes in. I send it off to them. They don't typically give me a lot of direction. They just hand them off to me and say, make them cool. So it's kind of fun when that's your direction.